This is going to be a bit tricky question. So use elimination technique in a better way. People in YouTube, let me see your answers. Okay. Answer starts coming out. Okay, Supriya from YouTube. A, B, and D. A, B, and D. I see one other answer, A, C, and D. So far the alphabets I got is A, I got it. I got one A, C, D. I also got one A, B, D. Okay, A, B, D. A, C, D. I'm getting a combination of A, C, D and A, B, D. E is going out. Okay, E people are throwing out. Let's give you seconds, rest of them answer. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Rest of the people, I'm looking for your answers. Don't think much, it's okay. Give it a try. Sure, three answers a bit tricky. Okay, then let's start the conversation. I got E also. Wow, I got E as well. Look like I got the same all the alphabets. Going to be more tough now. I thought E will go away because most of them end with A, B, C, D. Now I got E also. Now I should start discussion like this. Let's look at the question. An agile project team is a facilitating three projects within an organization that has a fixed annual operational budget for the project. Which three options should the team consider using when creating vendor contract? Now, question to you: is this project started already? Is the project happening?
Yes, because it's they are facilitating those projects already, so it
Already in
indicates
place?
that yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, in this question, what are the words I have to be a bit careful? Which words I have to be careful to watch out? One I
Agile
noted down.
project and fixed
Agile
budget.
project. Okay. Very good. And I also marked this a fixed one. Okay. Nice. Two things I got now. Any other thing I have to be careful? Mm. Okay, while reading this question, what a PMI is expecting from me? What is the PMI mindset? Which area I should have read?
Procurement management,
There you
vendor
go.
management.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I should have been good in vendor management, also procurement. Procurement or vendor. I should be prepared. So, Shri, but I didn't read all the contract format. I don't think you have to strain too much. As you know, in vendor management, we have fixed budget or cost reimbursable or time and material. Most of your work is going to be in this area. Okay. But the point is that the Agile project team is a facilitating three projects, a facilitating. Okay. Fixed annual operating budget for the project. Fixed budget. Which three options should the team consider using when creating a contract? I think this is also important area. While creating the contract, what should I keep in my mind? When I sign or deal with somebody, what should I do? But keep in mind agile project. If you would have read the book of Rita or Pembroke, or at least you read and understood what and how agile project works. Agile project follows the same format of the traditional model in contracting, but there are some clauses introduced. When I say clause, some set of flexibility, because we know that agile projects comes with some uncertainty. If you remember in the class, we should have learned an x and y axis Stacy graph. If you remember from Stacy graph, here we have requirement uncertainty. Here we have a technology uncertainty, right? Which means here we don't know what to do. Here we don't know how to do. The uncertainty can be 100% here, uncertainty, because it is so broad. But over a period of time, it starts reducing. Maybe if I come here, it will be 25% uncertainty. When I say uncertainty, we don't know what you're going to do. If this is the case, when I'm going to sign a contract with the vendor, if in case I'm here in this place, uncertainty is very broad, it is unfair to make a fixed contract with rigid rules and norms. It's going to be very expensive for me. So I should be careful enough moment to read the question. Agility is given. I'm going to sign a contract. So what all I should keep in my mind so that we don't lose the business or I don't burn my finger. This is how our mindset should start. But she, you know what? In the book, I didn't read too much of agile contracts. Else, I completely fine. But at least understanding the basic idea in agile, everything cannot be fixed, frozen. If that's the case, now you have to go to elimination technique. Before you go to elimination technique, let's see from where this comes out. In agile mindset, if you see, this is the vendor management section. What you see in the screen now is a vendor management session where you should be pretty aware of a plan and manage a procurement, the contracting part. You have to be in a position to define the resource, communicate resource requirements, manage suppliers contracts, plan and manage a procurement strategy. Yeah, develop a delivery solution. In fact, you will be somewhere here, plan and manage a procurement strategy. What kind of procurement I should do when it is an agile contract? Okay, now since I got all the answers are correct, A, B, C, D, E, I have all. It's going to be a bit tough for me now. Then let me start from something in the bottom. Rishikesh, I see your answer goes with the B, D, and E. What made you to think contingency is needed in this contract?
Yeah, I mean, even though I said B, D, and E, now I just feel it should be C, D, and E, but fine. I'll just first say about the contingency. Yeah.
Okay.
So since this is an agile project, we cannot, you said, you yourself said that, right? We cannot assume anything fixed. Things are
Yes.
going to be variable in nature. And even though we have a fixed annual budget, some
Mm,
portion of that can be kept aside as a contingency for the areas which cannot really be covered within their own budgeting uh, expenditures. So
Okay.
contingency can be used, and especially since this is agile, everything that has fixed
Uh-huh.
possesses a risk to
Yeah, I see that. But the idea what I'm hearing from you is keep some budget if in case something happens. But
yeah.
will you call this as a identified risk?
No, because when we say contingency, that is a budget that either can be used or cannot be used at all, right? It's not like a certain risk that you're going to face and you definitely need that much amount for that risk. So that's a
Mm, mm,
contingency.
mm. I like your point. Let me poke in someone who is thinking in a different dimension. Is anyone here? Maybe I'll pull Rohan. Rohan, you didn't choose E. Why you ignored E? Any thoughts in your mind?
Sorry, yeah. I
Uh,
choose E because E is concentrating on financial planning part, and at the moment I'm talking about contracts. So I skipped E for that reason. I thought of skipping, or I skipped B as well, as B option is talking about fixed price contracts for all vendors, and as we are talking about agile projects, so yeah, will not go with the fixed price.
Okay. But you know what? What we hear from Rishikesh is I need some
Mhm.
funding kept as a reserve for me if something goes wrong.
Uh,
Bit
con
tricky.
yeah, contingency fund. I have not selected the E.
Mm.
Contingency funding is whenever you have predicted some risk, means you, if you done some risk analysis and you have that in mind that may this risk may affect my project.
Mm.
At that time we are keeping the contingency funding, but here in the question nothing has been mentioned about the risk, and the budget is
Okay.
also fixed. So I have skipped the E option.
I see your point. Okay, so if I consolidate it, what I'm hearing is in risk we have two categories, right? One is known, unknown. I think you're talking about this one.
Yeah, yeah,
When I say known, unknown, I may know this risk will happen or may happen,
yeah,
for which I allocate some budget. This
yeah,
is
yeah.
known budget. And this is what contingency reserve is.
Yes.
So there is other category, unknown. That's a different story at all, totally
Yeah,
different story. Unknown, unknown. So this is blank paper, white paper. Nothing is there.
yeah,
So, but there will be a cap money allocated by the company, but we're not talking this at all. So we're talking contingency reserve. So the message here is you need a set of risk should be discussed, and for that only you can allocate fund. You cannot just keep a fund for it openly.
yeah,
Okay, I see that point. Nice, interesting. Then I'll keep E. Uh, Rishikesh, I'll come to E again. Um, Now I could see majority of them went with the alphabet A. A looks a so favorite answer for most of you. Um, One of you want to say why A looks the most interesting answer? Master Service Agreement. Why A looks a more interesting one in this whole question? Maybe Praveen, I see you answer with the A, C, and E. You want to say why A is a good answer for you?
Yes, Shri. As this project is agile, but some part of this project may be fixed when we starting project with the
Ah,
defined scope. So we
yeah.
need some fixed items, and we have to agreement for that. So it's-
Nice, huh? Nice. Somewhere in the class or in the book also we learned in Agile, we can go with a fixed price contract or we call as a hybrid contract where we want to have a contract, but that doesn't mean I should lock all the parameters. I can put one master level agreement or a contract where I can tell this portion can be fixed and some portion can be variable. So I can have a variable items. So I will have fixed, I will have variable items. Is this what you're telling, Praveen? Dividing into.
yes, yeah. And in this is a agile project, and as organization has fixed annual operational budget, and in agile maybe some variation occur after the initiation of project and may require funds. So I suppose do we have some contingency fund to assess this risk and mitigate also.
You feel contingency is needed.
Yeah, because this is
Uh,
the fixed annual operational budget. After that, we don't have the option of increasing budget and all.
Okay. We are facilitating 3 projects and you want 3 vendors coming in. Okay. I'm seeing funding is needed if in case risk happens. Okay. Nice. Huh? It's getting interesting. He is coming up more interesting. Rex, I see you jumping in right now. So I'm going to invite you. Rex, you were given C is also a good answer. Why C looks a good answer for you? Your answer goes to A, C, D. Anything you want to say about C? Okay, then I leave it with you there. Then I'm moving to the next answer, D, statement of work for each vendor. How important this SOW is?
Actually, I think I wasn't muted. I was talking unmuted. Okay. The SOW is important because SOW is going to only tell the vendor, there won't be any confusion if there is a clear SOW, that the vendor will know exactly what he wants. If you leave it open-ended, if the SOW is not very crystal clear, then it will lead to litigation, it will lead to fights, no, this was not what I expected at this. So SOW is absolutely necessary, whatever be the agreement, whether it is a fixed or variable or whatever, SOW is the most important thing, at least per vendor.
Okay,
And
okay.
you were asking about C. So the variable items, see, if it is a variable items which are there, a schedule of services is this, that he is going to give what at what period. We may not need everything together. So we make an item that out of 10, he will supply 3 in the first month, 4 the next month, like on particular dates.
Okay, okay, I see you. So when you go for a fixed price contract, I believe D should be needed. Without SOW going with a fixed, going to be challenging. If a company is going for MSA, Master Service Agreement, I'm sure they should also be clear enough what is SOW. Without SOW, you cannot go with a fixed price contract. All right.
Correct.
And, but again, we are not giving you fully fixed. It's we capture with the fixed price for particular item, particular area, fixed items. The rest of them, we're keeping it loosely connected, which you mean that it's going to be dynamic. For example, if there is a Wi-Fi based, a new printer machine is coming up in the system. Okay. I want to come up with a new printer, a big printer, 3D printer, Wi-Fi and AI based 3D printer. I need a machine. I need computers. I need a vendor who supply the spare parts for the 3D printer. And I may need some suppliers also. So I have a mix of things going to come up. So first I'm hearing here is have a clarity of SOW. The statement of work is very much clear. We can start. But someone in this room can question me, Shri, when you say SOW is to be stronger, why can't I go with a full fixed price contract? Why you're going with the choice A? I can go with the choice B. But the message here
Because
is, Mhm.
the question says agile project. So you
Ah,
don't know your scope, you don't know your records, it might change.
okay, so that's a trick, huh? An agile. The moment you read the word agile, you got a trick. Okay, I see your point. So even the SOW is clear, statement of work is clear, which means in the statement of work, there could be some portion which is going to have some gray areas, which means I need clarity. I will get clarity as the project progresses, not right now. So even though D is must needed, D does not confirm we'll go with answer B. Okay, I'm seeing that. And the people are saying that, okay, I will have SOW, but I will split into two. I will do A, master agreement. I will do with a C, some of the areas I don't know, where I keep agility on. Nice, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, but let me ask this question with Ritu. Ritu, I see your answers going with the A, B, C. Huh?
Yes, so my thought was first thing master service agreement we will do, and second fixed price contract as we have a fixed annual operation budget. So
Ah,
there should be a fixed price contract, but at the same time we need something variable. So the third option I selected schedule of service for variable items because we are working on agile, so we should
okay.
be So
Okay.
that was the thought behind this.
But if you see A and B, is it clashing with one another? A says capture the fixed items as one agreement, and again
Yes.
the fixed contract for all vendors.
Mm,
Is it anything clashing there between two? Look like both are close to each other.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. Now, this question should answer means provided we should have read this book in Rita or Pembok. There is a chapter called vendor management or procurement management. Here we have some contracts explained. We know there's a traditional contract. In traditional contract, we have three varieties: fixed price, cost reimbursable, time and material. If I go fixed price in a plan driven project like a construction project, nothing to worry. You straight go answer D, look out for statement of work, and then you go with answer B, fixed price contract for all vendors, because I know what to do. Rightly said here, we have a but agility given there. The moment agility comes in, the purpose of coming to agility is we learned something called a Stacy graph where X and Y axis. In X axis, we say technology uncertainty, and in Y axis, we say requirement uncertainty. When two uncertainties are there, then only I'll come for agile. Okay, keeping that in mind. However, SOW will be there. If I want to come with a 3D printer, a big printer of 14 feet high, a big printer, something I'm going to do. I am aware of what to do. SOW is there. But in SOW also they write it down. A clause will be written mentioning saying that, hey, we will not go with the fixed price full contract. So we'll go with the A. A talks about master level service agreement, which is some areas which I'm very much clear, hardware related or licensing related. I'm very much clear. That portion I will go with the fixed contracting, signing there. So what will happen to the remaining part? The remaining part, the book or agile book says that you keep it as a flexible one. So what do you mean by flexible one? Which means you don't want to tightly couple that contracting. You keep it free enough because the requirements may be dynamic and the market trend could change. So I don't want to sign a contract and then I have to rework on the contract. For example, in a 3D printer, I'm coming up with a new technology or a software development. Okay. We plan something to do in the month of November. When I'm coming close to November, in the market, there is a new tool available, which is buy. You don't need to make any software. You can buy that in the market, which is a less expensive, also has a better life. Now, what I will do here is I'll make my variable contract saying that now let's change this portion. We don't want to sit and develop the software itself, which is 8 months. Rather, we'll buy this a piece of work from the market, which will be maybe 2-3 weeks of time. Implementation, testing will go another 5 weeks. On top of that, you can develop something, which means you keep your contract bit flexible enough so that you can shape up your contracting. But Shri, is it risky, expensive? Yeah, they're aware of it. The moment you know agile, they know that certain areas are uncertain. Anything can happen. So that portion, they keep it open. This contract, if you want to do, you both the company should have maturity. If it is not matured, then there's a problem. They both have the maturity that what is master level agreement or master service agreement. Below this, what portion can be flexible enough. This is a part of your Rita 11th edition book or PMBOK book. Read Agile Contracts. In Agile Contracts, you will learn a few more things like the moment the value is realized, we will stop the work. Which means if a project work is happening, I don't want to do 100 items. When I come to 80 item, that is 80% is completed, the sponsoring company can say, let's stop here, which means there also I give variable orbit flexibility. They can stop. For that reason, agile contracts don't go too much tight nor too much flexible. So some portion can be fixed so that you don't burn your finger. And beyond that can be flexible. So answer goes with the ACD for that reason to keep some flexibility. Was it a nice question? Good amount of reading is needed here.